So we just got word that Bishop Zondo might be going over to court concerning the things that have happened over the last couple of years concerning him and Ntate Poopedi. Now, we got this information from Mabocha's channel, Khosheletsani podcast, and he did say that he will come back to give more details concerning that. They are saying that the lawsuit that Bishop Zondo is filing, it's harassment. And so when that actually clears up, or when we know what's that about, I'll definitely give an update. And then I want to go over to another case of another GO, or another general overseer, pastor, and so forth, dragging someone to the police station. Now, this is a very interesting one. It's almost comical, because in Nigeria you can get a person can literally call the police to go and get someone arrested. Okay, yeah, like they get you arrested. It's not the police that will listen to whatever charges are there. No, in Nigeria you can call the police to come and get someone arrested. It's a very different kind of system. So Adeboye, who is another GO out there with a massive church, the man that says that if you don't pay tithe, you will go to hell. Yeah, that man. One person who was criticizing his church on TikTok, I think, the person actually ended up in jail. Now, that story gets a bit weird, because then it denies, but we'll talk about that when we get to that particular story. I want to also then transition right after that to a third story, and this time it goes to Pastor Mboro. He was recently in court, and he made this video with one particular news platform, and so Mboro, he had some things that he said there that I was like, okay, do we not know what the details concerning this is, or what's going on? It's just a bit weird at sometimes when you read some of these stories. And so these are the three stories that I want to give that are concerning court matters that I want to go into. The other ones that relate to court, they have a lot of other details. I do not want to. The Mesichingo thingy, it also did end up getting an update. The TDJX thing, it did have an update, and that update requires its own. I don't want to make individual episodes concerning all these things, since they all relate, police, the law, and all of that. I'm making them in one episode. It's actually show, daily Christian commentary videos. If it's the first time of a year show, check out some of the videos that are down in the pinned comments, and I'm gonna check you out over there. And so I want to go straight within these stories, and then when we get time, we'll then go into the other one, the TDJX one. That one has become a bit comical. Like, yeah, it has literally become comical in some sense, because remember, he was suing the other gentleman who accused him of thingy. But anyways, that's a different episode. So on this story, I want to start off with the Bishop Zondo one. Now, it's been very long that the Poopedis have been speaking. As a matter of fact, some of the responses that you saw happening concerning the cases and the whole situation of them going to CRL and all those things, this happened because the Poopedis were hard at work concerning this thing. He never gave up. He kept going and going, asking about court cases, asking about whatnot. And so now they say that there's a lawsuit, and the lawsuit is harassment. So we're not clear on the details yet, but we'll definitely come back to that. I had just a couple of questions concerning that, but we'll talk about those right when we have details concerning that and stuff. And so this takes us straight to the Adeboye one. Now remember, Adeboye has been out there. He's claimed a lot of things. He's even said that if you don't pay tithe, you're going to go to hell, which is a very weird thing to say. What was the blood for? Like, you can't be that into money that you think that money is equivalent. But anyways, Charlies will always be Charlies. And so he was being mocked by someone. Adeboye was being mocked by someone on TikTok. And so this gentleman who was mocking him ended up arrested. The gentleman who ended up, who was mocking him, is the gentleman over here with the dreads and stuff. He got arrested. When he got arrested, he got released. And after getting released, he got arrested again. And so during that entire up and down and all these things, Sahara reporters, I think it is Sahara reporters, that actually went out and looked at, wait a minute, who's doing this arrest? You know, who's busy taking this entire thing up and down and whatnot? And they found out that it was the RCCG leader. Okay, so if you go over here, this is the article from Sahara Reporters. You can see it up there. They found that no, it was the GO of Thingy. Now, when this came up, he then ordered that this thing the young man should be released or something like that. And so I was just not understanding. So why did you get him arrested? You know, because people criticize you or question your teaching or question what you teach. Is that the reason to do so? Because if you actually go down, the General Overseer Adeboye has called for the immediate release of the popular TikToker, widely known as C King, who was re-arrested on Thursday. So he was arrested, then arrested again, speaking during a church program that they go on, and then so he ordered that they release him. So who got him arrested to begin with? Or is he only being released now because the rest of the world now know about it? You know, those kind of things, those are kind of like slap lawsuit. They call them slap lawsuit or something like that. Is to imply that it's being done only for the intention of silencing a person. Then when everybody knows, it kind of breaks up. This is what it sounds like. Now, if he was really interested in lawsuits and whatnot, he should be thinking about what's happening over in the US concerning one of his branches. Okay? Yeah, he should be thinking about what is happening concerning one of his branches. Actually, there was actually an article which was, I think this one is from MSN, and in MSN they were saying that they were criticizing that if he does this shows his fake. His teaching already tell you he's dodgy man. And so that already should settle that. Now, speaking about Adeboye, there was a case that he should be attending to that one. Instead of running around to TikTokers and whatever, this is the case that he should be really chasing after. A pastor under Adeboye in the US. I heard about this story a few days back. I was going to put it in one of these police update stories and stuff like that. Pastor arrested for kidnapping the day after preaching about letting bygones be bygones. Imagine. One of your pastors was there busy preaching bygones. No, you know, we forgive. He was there busy saying, we forgive. While he had just, I'm guessing, the people had now come up and they had started saying that they wanted justice concerning this particular thing, and the pastor then thought, you know what, let this be my message. I thought that was quite a very, very weird direction to go, but what can you say? That's a case the Pastor Adeboye should be dealing with. Okay, Oklahoma pastor arrested after allegedly this man, they say he would hire this woman that was either Spanish or whatnot, who could not speak clear English, through his cleaning company, and then he would try to advance himself over this. He married to a wonderful Nigerian woman, but then the man then gets to thingy, all of the sudden he starts thingy. You can see here, even at a portion of thingy, one woman alleged that the pastor raped her from behind and cropped her, and the whole nine chairs, you know. YouTube is very sensitive with language and stuff like that. And so he got arrested. That's a case he should be concerning himself about. That's a case he should be thinking about. Not this one of chasing around a thing. And then now when we know about it, we are here talking about immediate release. Who got the boy arrested to begin with? Now, that takes me straight to a case of Mboro. Now, I mentioned that Mboro has been up and down with the court. But the media, sometimes they will slow down their reporting concerning these things because they have to report about other things. Now, Mboro seems to have been in court on the 7th. Mboro, God will clear my name. Concerning what? What was the reason your name was being spoken in those particular terms? But anyways, let's go into the article over here. Concerning feels he's been sacrificed. That's how he feels. He feels like he's been sacrificed. He believes that the people will see the hand of God in this. See, should have seen the hand of God if you had not gone over to the school. Simple. The story that got you busy with the law right now, it was you with pangas amongst schools. That's the reason. Okay? The one thing we should hope for is that justice be spoken of. I'm not saying go to jail, do what I'm saying. Justice. Let the judge make his thingy. Okay? Now when we are in trouble, when we get ourselves in trouble, Anyways, let's move back to the thing. He says South Africa is going to see Jesus. I pray to the living God. Yeah, even the kids. The Bible says, let all the come unto me. They didn't have to see the traumatic things that were happening there. The teachers didn't have to be traumatized the way that thinking. Now, you move on down. He says here in the article, okay, so it's very clear that the pre-trial is set to be on the 25th of March. Mboro believes that the case won't go far as the charges against him don't hold water. I don't think we fully understand. I want to come back to this thing. I want to come back to this because what he's dismissing here is that the firearm thing. He says, no, because they said that the firearm was not a real firearm. I want to talk about that because I did mention it in one of the court appearances, but I want to go back to that and I want us to see what does the law actually say concerning that. Okay? If you have a blank gun and you fire a blank gun in the air, the law treats that gun as a real gun because you intended it to be seen as one. But we'll talk about that on a different episode. Like I said, no matter, don't social media sometimes, it's so fun. You can be here, you can say whatever you say, but at the end of the day, the moment if you point a thing, right? I have a BB gun. A BB gun. It's a BB gun that we use to play with when we are playing airsoft games, right? If I pointed that thing at you, the law will treat that with the intention that it was meant to be reflected in as a real gun because it looks like a real gun. You couldn't tell the difference if I just pointed it at you. So the fact that I used it with the intention of thinking, now, Benman, I'm not saying when you have a fake, maybe you are doing like this under a jacket. I didn't have a gun there. So yes, those charges don't hold water. But then if you actually held a gun that looks like a gun, the intentions are clear. We'll definitely have an update. The Mboro thing, he's going to go to court later. And the Adeboye thing, I think that's just about the end of it. Because this story went out on social media, he then said the boy should be released. That pastor in the US who was arrested, yeah, he's still there. He's been arrested. They are not going to thingy. He was trying to take advantage of women and stuff like that, and he is now being arrested. And the Ntate Poopedi story, will definitely get an update concerning that, on what exactly is thing. I do know that the charge they said is harassment. We'll see what that is pertaining. It's Ricky's Actuality Show, and I'll see you later.